everybody, welcome to Fresh Baked Disney, the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. I'm your host, David, and I'm standing out in front of the Fantasyland entrance to Galaxy's Edge for a couple of reasons. One, Rise of the Resistance opened at Walt Disney World, Florida, in Hollywood Studios to great acclaim and thunderous applause, and everybody's really excited again about Galaxy's Edge. And I want to find out, I want to walk into Galaxy's Edge today and just see if there's a different vibe. And hopefully I'm going to get to be able to enhance that experience because I found Ian.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I was just thinking about Rise of the Resistance. It's fine. Just thinking about a really great experience that you guys don't know about yet.
Listen to him, he's like, he's owning it already. I love it, Ian. Just when you think that Ian doesn't have anything like he brings it. Ian brings it.
Every now and then I have a teensy bit of self-confidence. It'll go away in about 10 minutes, but it's there for today.
Well, Ian, first of all, it's great to have you back. We've missed you very much. People keep asking in comments, where's Ian? And I tell them,
in Florida, that's all.
Well, there's that and the dungeon that we kept him in. Hey, how's it going? Hey. But yeah, you were in, how long were you there?
I was there for a week, but my travel days were Saturdays, so I technically missed 2 weeks here, but I was only there for a week.
Yeah, so you were only there for a week?
Yeah.
God, it feels like you were there the whole time. You were tweeting about Walt Disney World for 2 weeks at least, right?
No one.
Felt like it.
A lot more, probably more tweeting than usual.
All right, so you've got, this is your first trip back to Disneyland?
First day back, yes.
Since you've been back. We're going to drag you through Galaxy's Edge. I want to pick your brain a little bit. No spoilers, right?
I don't want to give any spoilers.
No.
I want everyone to go, and it's not that your experience will be ruined if you know things, but it'll be so much more enhanced if it's all a surprise.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched stuff, please don't.
All right. Okay.
Spare yourself as best you can.
All right. Yeah, I think that's good advice. I wish I could have, but I have a YouTube channel that requires me to watch those videos. So, but I would have liked to have not. I haven't spoiled anything for Rise of Skywalker yet, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
Good, because I've read things. Because I can't help myself there.
Oh, see what? Oh man. Okay, hey.
We all have different weird thresholds. Like I'll cross that line, but not that one.
I'm going in
That's
clean
sacred.
to Rise.
I can't help myself. It's
All I know about Rise is that the stormtroopers fly. That's all I know.
They fly now?
Well, we'll just get right into this. Ian, is the approach any different?
Well, they don't have this entrance.
Do they have an entrance like this?
No, they have the entrance in front of the Droid Depot and over by the entrance. They have 2 entrances, not 3. That gate is just closed. It's just a wall.
Which gate?
Like on there. So when you're in the courtyard area over there, there's no pathway over here.
Huh.
Yeah. Which is weird because when you're in the town, otherwise it feels identical. I actually saw Adam the Woo that day I was there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So we were walking into just because they had us like filing into the land until our time came or whatever. And I was like, it's weird. It's identical, but it's not. The sun's in a different place, and I can't go through there.
That's right. The sun is opposite, right?
Well, not quite opposite, but different. The lighting hits very differently, which it's not something you actively think about unless you're me and you're a dork who's like, oh, the sun hits differently here. That's weird.
Well, I'm sure that the photos that you get near dusk or whatever are different.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Smugglers Run and get a view from there. Okay, everybody, Ian, Ron, put your vibe antenna out and see if you can feel a different energy in Galaxy's Edge compared to...
So, you guys got the droid cards.
Yes, I haven't seen it move around though. It's supposed to be able to... It's mobile, isn't it?
Well, I mean, in the same way that any card is, it's not going to actually just randomly drive.
Self-piloting, like...
No, not those. No. Those are just like any... You're thinking of the Wandering Droids, which were like the one that they briefly showed off at D23 in 2017. And was in Tomorrowland for like
which
2
we
weeks.
saw, I think, in the Part 6 of Imagineering Story.
And in the One Day at Disney, they have a segment.
Okay, so that was one of those, right?
Yeah, that was Jake, J4KE.
Jake?
Yeah, J4K3. Jake.
Got it. Okay. This feels more crowded.
The energy's higher. There's people with phones all over.
There are more people here, I think. The Ogus Cantina lines were getting pretty short. This is longer than what I've seen recently. Ron, when we were here last week, it didn't feel like this.
This definitely feels busier.
Or was it last week or the week before? I don't remember. Yeah, last week.
Last week. It's a combination. You don't know what to attribute it to with this being the last weekend and the park filling up as it is anyway, the clock out dates. But it's definitely busier than it has been, for sure. The lines are longer.
Feels like it. This feels almost like during opening day, almost. In terms of the pressure.
Yeah.
Do you see a wait time?
I think it might be down because I don't see a wait time.
That answers that question. Is it open? Well, yeah.
It is, but per the app, it is 85.
This is all standby.
Yep.
The standby is,
And I don't
wow.
know how well the camera can make it out, but it's going into the backstage overflow area.
What?
Which it usually does, but it's probably filling a lot of that.
Yeah, it does often. But this is definitely a busy day. This is, you said the app said 90 minutes?
85.
85? Okay, well, why I've got you here next to the Millennium Falcon and Smugglers Run, how does this compare? Like, when you're in the land, does it feel the same?
Yeah, again, for the most part, the land is identical. There's some color differences with things like the rocks are a little bit darker, vibrant colors there.
Yeah.
Whereas here, they're a little more muted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's all day or just during when the sun is
That's
hitting?
just the way they painted it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Why do you suppose that is?
I don't know. It could have to do to account for the light. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, because they definitely would have accounted for that. They're prescient enough to
They're good about
understand.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's of all they pay attention to a lot of different details. Some are less obvious than that even. So I would imagine that would be a consideration.
But otherwise, I'm sure there's probably little set deck dressing things that look different, like, oh, that's a slightly different box or things like that.
Sure.
But, like, otherwise,
But I mean, in terms of the geography
the
of it.
outpost itself is identical.
Okay.
The only real differences are where some of the layout of the pathing is head towards the resistance area, which are hard to explain. It's just the path layout is a little different because of how the way they had to fit their land and their space versus ours wrapping around the river and stuff like that.
Yeah, ours kind of curves slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theirs doesn't really have to curve.
It's just a rectangle?
Which meant they've placed the X-Wing in a slightly different spot.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pose X-Wing.
The regular looking resistance X-Wing.
Oh, no, it poses in the rise queue, right? Or the exterior queue.
It's part of the attraction.
Part of the attraction. I can feel you're like...
that, I want to talk, I shouldn't. So,
So true, so true. But now you didn't get to ride Smugglers Run.
no, I mean,
That you could have.
I could have in the morning, because I easily could have, but it wasn't a priority because there's things that they have that we don't, and it's identical. So, but that's a very specific Disneyland AP perspective of things.
Sure.
Not a tourist who only goes there occasionally.
Sure.
Like, that's a very specific, I come here all the time and get to ride this kind of view.
Yeah. I was following somebody on Twitter about, they were kind of tracking the progress of how the rise wait times and how the boarding pass thing was working and how it was affecting Smugglers Run. As soon as they stopped allowing people to get the second boarding pass, the Smugglers Run queue went up.
Yeah.
It went up from 30 or 40 to an hour or more. Do you remember what the wait times were?
I wasn't watching that wait time.
How long did it take you to get through your boarding pass?
Like, from when I got the pass?
Yeah.
I was in the park probably a little after 6, got my boarding pass right away. I want to say we were on around 9 or 10.
Okay.
But there was like a sizable downtime in there too.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
And the boarding group thing kind of covers up the downtimes because the app's not reporting wait time because the boarding group makes it that unmeasurable.
Yeah.
Really, which means the app doesn't say, oh, the ride's down.
Right.
So it kind of covers up how much it is up or down.
So once you got called, your boarding pass was called. How long did that take you?
Yeah, it was a little slow the first couple minutes were slow. Otherwise, probably about 20 minutes to get through. They were very clearly deliberately keeping the actual queue length short, and I have to imagine that's so that if the ride goes down, you only have 20 minutes worth of people who are in the queue versus several hours worth of people.
Curious though that they would do that because I thought the whole point was to build an enormous queue to house thousands of people.
When it's stable enough that they're not worried about it going down all the time. But on opening week, you don't want to have a massive.
No, that's true. Like Hagrid.
And it goes down, and now all these people who waited hours are upset.
Yeah.
Give them a boarding time, come back, and now the only actual wait time is like 20 minutes. Those people aren't as upset, and it's not as many people in there to deal with when it goes down.
Are you able to make any sort of, now that I brought it up, connection or parallel or comparison to Hagrid's? I mean, I know you weren't there, but
Hagrid's
in terms of the wait, I mean, when on opening day, when Hagrid's was like 10 hours.
Yeah, and it was just straight standby.
Right. But part of that had to do with the fact that it was going down often.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything like that at Rise because they had the boarding pass.
Well, I mean, it was going down. It just wasn't as easy. You couldn't necessarily track it.
Right.
And because there weren't as many people in line to be upset about it at any one time.
All right.
So.
Okay, let's walk this way. You know what? On the way, we're going to take a break. We're not going to ride Smugglers Run today, but I feel like we can't come here without showing you a little bit. So Ian and Ronnie and I a while back rode Smugglers Run. We had a great time. I do believe that you were a pilot, right?
Yeah, I believe it was a pretty good run if I remember.
We did. That's right. Yes, we did do well. Well, I drove like an ass, but
canisters of coaxium.
I kept switching the ups and the downs.
Yeah,
I do that.
I remember it's standard inverted. Because the thing is, pushing up is you're tipping it forward as opposed to tipping it backwards.
To quote Launchpad McQuack, I am not a pilot.
That is the most honest thing Launchpad has ever said.
Right pilot, push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on right pilot, make the jump to light speed. They block onto us. Take evasive action.
Sorry.
Open fire. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Okay, just as I promised. Let's get another container of coaxium. It's going down. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Boost. But we made it. Let's get out.
Okay, so this is like sort of the promenade, as it were. This would be like the parade corridor, or whatever you want to call it, of Galaxy's Edge here at Disneyland. Is it similar? Is this layout similar also?
Again, unless maybe the path is less curved. Otherwise, it's again identical.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like it should be different. I don't know why.
They designed one land and built it twice with slight modifications to fit the space.
So you've got like you've got Arantos right here in the same position. You've got the market over here, in the same position. And then you've got this little corridor going down.
This building is more of a rust red sort of rockwork.
Really?
Yeah. Again, color differences which are interesting, but functionally and as core is still the same.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, Ian, but what I'm doing is I'm taking you to the Rise side.
Yes, I noticed.
So that you can tell us everything that you know about Rise of the Resistance.
I mean, I could, but I'm not going to, as I want to, but I also don't want to.
I am freaking out because I actually have been avoiding this in a lot of ways, this half of the part or the land.
Because you don't want to think about it?
I don't want to think about it, right? Because I can see it and I can imagine.
All I can think about. It's been a week. Okay, I've had time to sit on it and be like, was it actually that good? It was that good.
Yeah.
Like I've done big. Wait, was I just hyped to the new ride? It was
well, that's what I would do.
I'm like,
but if you're hyped, then I feel good about it.
And I'm like, it's been a week and I'm still hyped.
Yeah.
Like,
usually you're the one who's like reserving judgment.
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why did I do this to myself? Right over Ian's shoulders that's the entrance to Rise. I guess the extended queue is over here as well.
Yep.
There's another entrance down that way, I think, right? Or is that, no, that just wraps that way.
Yeah, you'll still hang here.
Okay, so what this is going to be, hopefully, Ian, is just a spoiler-free opinion.
Okay.
Now, we kind of already got an
I mean,
idea.
if you followed my Twitter feed, you know, I'm very, very happy with it. I'm genuinely blown away. That doesn't happen very often with new rides.
No, it's not. It never happens.
Often I'll be like, oh, I liked it, but then...
Let's wait and see.
And I'll be like, oh, this could be better, but I really like that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, it's all good.
Like, I feel like that's the whole review.
Yeah.
Because you have such high standards.
I know. I know. I do. No, I mean, I can tell you, it's not about physical thrill. It's
exactly.
It's
yes.
an experience that's about sweeping you into all the emotions of being in an adventure.
The feeling that I got watching the videos was that there's the pre-show. You know, there's the Super Collider business.
Well, there's multiple stages of pre-show essentially.
Yes, but I mean, okay, so but once you get out of the Super Collider or the transport,
when you get out of that thing, which I'll be vague again if no one's watching anything,
yes,
is like one of the first big like wow moments.
The hangar.
Where you're just like, wow.
The hangar, right?
And again, I'm trying to be vague.
Yes, no, that's fine. When I saw the hangar,
when the camera's off, I can be more specific.
Yeah, that to me, that's the beginning. That's when you forget.
Yeah, I mean, there's the moments they very well lead you into it, and that's the big switch moment where you're like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh, this is real now. I'm in space. I believe all of it now. And there's a reason for that again I can't.
No, I got you. It's fine. But I remember thinking when I was watching the video, the hangar scene, and then once you get into the vehicle, you're in a movie basically. You're on set.
Anytime by the time I got to hang, I'm like, I'm in space now. I'm on
Yeah.
a Star Shore. I'm
Yeah.
not on Earth. I'm in space. I'm in space.
And how are the cast members?
They were phenomenal. Like, I hope they can keep that up.
Yeah.
Both here and there, because like they sell it.
Yeah.
They sell it.
Hopefully they. Yeah. I'm a little concerned because they weren't able to keep it up here already. I don't feel like I get some of that role playing here.
Hopefully, having the reaction energy of guests, the energy of guests reacting to them will help.
That's true. Yes.
Because internet interaction, I guess, is more primed to buy into that and react to it, and hopefully that'll feed those cast members to keep it going. Because they are what really sell it. Like, it on its own is a fantastic experience, but they are the ones who like really get you in it. So good.
That reminds me of the conversation that Trowbridge had, or the comments that he made at the panel that he did, where when he asked the question, I don't know if you remember this,
Back
at
at
D23, is this what you want? And to that end, I think what may have happened, why, to your point, that it depends on us as much as it does the cast members. Guests were approaching cast members saying, where's the bathroom? And
There's places where those things are called for where they aren't. Things where that level of interactivity works, and places where to ease off on it. That's all.
but if you give the energy
tool in your tool belt to use where best appropriate.
well, I guess what I'm saying though is that as a guest, if you give the energy that you're not interested in having that in-theme conversation and you just want to know where the damn bathrooms are,
Again, bathroom.
the cast members are less likely to do
sort
that.
of more functional utilities are the places where you kind of need. I'm of the opinion it's fine to ease up on that stuff
Yeah.
because things need to be able to operate. But in attraction, which is where people are expecting to get more of that, and they are more primed for that kind of interaction,
Yeah.
it works wonderfully.
What I saw in video was
Or
fantastic.
like when you would go to Tower of Terror and get a really great bellhop, right? It's like that.
Especially when they're doing Monsters After Dark.
Yeah.
One thing that I took from the videos that I did see was that the queues, not a lot of attention was paid by the people filming it to the queue. How did it, does it feel good? Was it,
it keeps winding around and you lose sense of direction, I'll tell you that.
does it feel like Flight of Passage in the sense that there's a lot going on in the Flight of Passage queue? Is there that level of, theming?
After the first room or two, yes.
Oh yeah?
The first couple rooms are a little more bare, but
Yeah, that's right. I just saw people just going back and forth in a cave.
yeah.
And I didn't
also,
really.
The idea is that these are old like ruins that have been
yeah.
repurposed by the Resistance.
Right.
So like things are going to look by that story a little more scattered.
I thought I remember hearing when the information was just starting to come out was that you were going to be in like a barracks of sorts where you can see where they might have slept inside the caves.
There's like lockers that like cage lockers where you can see flight suits and weapons
Okay.
and stuff of that nature.
Any Easter eggs?
Probably. I wasn't looking that closely yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I was still like I want to enjoy this and not start hyper
Sure.
close looking yet.
I only asked because I was over here getting some B-roll of the queue, and I'm looking at this, and this looks fantastic to me, and I want to be in that queue right now.
And I know what's in there.
Like down that little corner right there.
Yeah, down that
Ian?
cave. I know
Do you know what's in there?
Yeah, I know what's in there.
Besides an exit?
There's a possibility it's laid out slightly different for space reasons. That's always a possibility. Otherwise,
And down there?
Otherwise, yeah, I know what's in there.
Wait, I can almost get the camera back there. I can see some leaves of a tree or a plant or something.
David, there's a lot of trees.
I could see it. I could almost see it. Okay, I'm gonna stop again. I feel like they borrowed a little bit from Avatar right now. When I look at the way this light fixture has been set up, these are just standard light fixtures, but this is the kind of thing that
This makes it look like a temporary military setup.
right, yeah, that's very military.
Like they had to quickly move in. These are things they can pack up and go real fast if the first order shows.
Yeah, like a foreign whatever entity came to this planet, installed whatever they had to install to make things livable or whatever, and that's kind of Avatar-ish right now. I'm feeling like. Did you get to go to Pandora?
Yeah, I've been there on 2 different trips now.
Oh, okay. This wasn't your first.
No, so I've still not done the boat ride because it's very short and it's always a long wait. So.
Oh, really? Oh, it's a short ride? That's too bad.
Yeah, which it looks very. Anyways, that's a whole other discussion. But
Yeah, well, I mean, but am I close here in terms of the aesthetic and how you're feeling? Does it feel similar to Pandora in that way?
I think there's a similar sensibility.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, I think that's it. We've tried as much as I'm going to get out of Ian today, I think.
As much as I'm willing to go.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I would have loved to just make, oh, this happened to them. That boat was so cool, but I don't want to tell you guys that at least until it's open.
I know that. Oh, man. Okay, 5 more weeks. All right, Fresh Bake, thanks for watching. We're done with our Galaxy's Edge visit for this afternoon. We're heading over to DCA now to get some lunch. I got some little tabs to spend over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, follow us on Twitter at Fresh Baked Disney, that's Fresh with no E, and on Instagram at _Fresh Baked. And we have a website at freshbakedisney.com. And we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!